Speaking and Pronunciation Practice, the 11th of August, 2021. 1. Baking is one of my favorite hobbies. Baking allows me to be creative and hardworking. First, I can follow the recipe exactly as written, or I can change the recipe by adding new ingredients. The second reason why I like baking is because the entire process of baking brings me a lot of fun. I love to go to the grocery to shop for ingredients and then combine them all together to make a product that many people enjoy. Being able to share things that I bake is another reason why I love this hobby. Many of my friends look forward to the tasty treat that I share with them. These are just a few of the reasons why I am fond of baking. 2. You have seen many people in need on the news after a hurricane, an earthquake, or other disasters. Perhaps you have walked past homeless people who are living on the streets now. Or maybe you have come to an animal shelter and wished you could give every pet a home. So, what can you do to help people or animals who need it? The answer is volunteering. Volunteering means spending some of your free time helping others. You may volunteer to help other people, such as families who have lost their homes after a natural disaster. But you can also volunteer to protect animals, the environment, or any other cause that you care about. 3. Some schools now require kids to spend some time in service to others. Why? Because grown ups hope kids will become caring people who see the value in giving of their time, talents, resources like money, toys, or clothes they might donate. Volunteering gives kids a taste of responsibility because people are depending on them for something important. Volunteering also can help kids learn important stuff about themselves, like what kinds of things they are best at and enjoy the most. A volunteer job can even help some kids decide what they want to do when they grow up. So, what are you waiting for? Make a plan to start volunteering today. 4. Why do you want to become a volunteer? There are many reasons for becoming a volunteer. First, volunteering is good for you because it can provide physical and mental rewards. When you do volunteer work, you can reduce your stress and improve your health because you feel more joyful to bring happiness to other people. Second, volunteering saves money with valuable community services. For example, the estimated value of volunteers' time is up to 15.39 US dollars per hour according to the recent statistics in America. Third, volunteering brings people together. Volunteers support families with daycare and elder care, tutoring, and other activities after school. They can create a close friendship in the community. Finally, doing volunteer work helps you develop your knowledge. You can learn a lot through outdoor activities and community services. It is easily understood that more and more people are doing volunteer work today because of these reasons. 5. 5. Each year, volunteers from Great Britain work abroad. Teachers, nurses, engineers, people with special skills. They do not go for money. Volunteers from voluntary service overseas, SVO, receive the same pay as a local colleague. SVO first started in 1958 when 14 young school leavers went away for a year. Only 3 years later, there were 176 volunteers in 25 different countries, and 10 years later, there were 1,500 volunteers. At first, almost everybody were young and with them very much experience. But in the early 60s, HBO reduced the number of young people, and more older, experienced people with different skills went abroad. Now, more than 20,000 people from Britain have worked abroad as volunteers, some young, others old, some highly skilled men and women. Abroad, they live simply with the people of the country and they return to Britain with greatest understanding of other people in other parts of the world. 6. In the United States, almost everyone at one time or another has been a volunteer. According to the US government statistics, about one fifth of the American population does volunteer work each year. Americans have had the tradition of volunteering and helping one another since the early days of the country. Americans volunteer not because they are forced or paid to do it, they enjoy it. Traditional volunteers activities include raising money for people in need, cooking and giving food, doing general labor such as cleanup projects and home repair, providing transportation such as giving rides to the elderly, and tutoring or mentoring young people.